Today's class is all about PG TRB English, especially under the American literature. William Faulkner, acceptance of speech of a Nobel Prize acceptance speech. So normally we go for this author's introduction. His full name is William Cabot Faulkner, who was born in September 25, 1897 in New Albany, Mississippi, United States, and he died July 6, 1962 at the age of 864 in Oxford, Mississippi, United States. He attended education University of Mississippi in 1919 to 1921, and then he also studied University of Virginia and Oxford High School. And he married Estella Oldham in 1929, and they remained together until his death 1962 itself. And they got children. He had one daughter, Jill Faulkner. His literary contribution, it's all about the best known for his novels, short stories set in fictional Yaknopatawa County, which serves as a stand in the Lafayette County, where he spent most of his life. His works is completely themes under the South, race, human condition, employing a stream of consciousness style, intricate narrative structures. These are the common factors of his literary composition. And awards and recognition. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature 1949. William Faulkner, who received this Pulitzer Prize fiction twice in his lifetime. One is A Fable 1955, another one is The Rivers 1963. His influences on his writing was influenced by notable authors such as James Joyce, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe. So his influence is like that. Introduction of William Faulkner, who delivers this Nobel Prize acceptance speech in December 10, 1950 at the Nobel banquet in Stockholm. The moment who significant is not for Faulkner but for the literary world. So who is marked during the time of great global tension, uncertainty, marked by Cold War. During the time he got this award. Before start this, the keynotes of this speech is all about that, entitled as recognition of the award. So he give a gratitude. This award is not only for him, those who are trying to get striving hard for their throughout their career, as well as a writer. And the themes for human endurance, that is about the highlight the resilience of humanity, stating that he pointed out that I believe that man will not merely endure, he will prevail. So this reflects his belief in the enduring spirit of people despite his adversity. Role of the writer, he making the point of view that responsibility of the writers and uplift their inspire humanity and their suggesting their literature and addressing all these complexities of human condition. And fourth thing is literary legacy. It's about he acknowledged that weight of history, the importance of storytelling in understanding and confronting the challenges of life. These things have been elaborately discussed by William Faulkner. And the fine thing is, Faulkner's speech is celebrated even for his profound insightness of the experience and role of literature in society, marking a pivotal moment in his career as well as the history of American literature. Faulkner's this Nobel Prize acceptance speech is delivered on December 10, 1950. It is a profound reflection of role of literature, human conditions. So important points is summary analysis. It's all about human endurance. He famously stated that I believe that men will not merely endure, he will prevail. So this highlights that strength of the humanity and suggesting despite his challenges and people will ultimately come over from this adversity. And the writer's duty, he emphasized the responsibility of writer to explore the human heart in conflict with itself. So he argued that literature should delve the complexity of human emotions, moral dilemma, serving as a mirror to the society. Literature's role. Faulkner, who famously adapted, literature has the power to foster understanding the compassion among the people. So he believed that writers should aim to uplift humanity as well as narrating struggles and triumphs of the human experience. Legacy of storytelling, it's also a fine thing to note that on this cultural context is another side. He delivered during the time of great global tension, which means as Faulkner's speech he resounded the audience to call for a hope, resilience, the face of the uncertainty. So the sides of this human spirit were particularly poignant context of the post-World War II. So Faulkner, whose speech is not only for the moment of literary history, but also for celebrated for a deep insight in the human condition and essential role for writers in society. So his famous lines are like that. I will resounding all these things in a very short span of time. His acceptance speech will be now. This is William Faulkner's accepting Nobel Prize for Literature. Now I recite how this speech is like that. I feel that this award was not made to me as a man, but to my work. Life's work in the agony and sweat of human spirit, not for glory and least of all for profit, but to create out of the materials of the human spirit something which did not exist before. So this award is only mine interest. I will not be difficult to find a dedication for money part of its commensurate with the purpose and significance of its origin. But I would like to do the same with the acclaim too by using this moment as a pinnacle for which I might be listened to by the young men and women already dedicated to the same anguish and travail, among whom is already that one who will someday stand where I am standing. Our tragedy today is generally universal fear, so long sustained by today, now, and we can ever bear it. There are no longer problems of the spirit. There is only the question, when will I be blown up? Because of this, the young men and women writing today has forgotten the problems of the human heart in conflict with itself, which alone can make good writing, because only that is worth writing about, worth the agony and the sweat. He must learn them again. He must teach himself that the basest of all things is to be upright, and teaching himself that forget it ever, forever, leaving no room for in his workshop for anything, and but the old verities and truth of the heart, the universal truth lagging, which any story is ephemeral and doomed love, honor, pity and pride, compassion, sacrifice. He grieves grave on no universal bones, leaves no scars. He writes not of the heart but of the glance. Until he learns these things, he will write as though he stood among the and watched the end of man. I decline to accept the end of man. It is easy enough to say that man is immortal simply because he will endure. That when the last ding dong of doom was clanged and faded away from the last worthless rocking hanging tideless in the last red and drying evening, that even then there will be one more sound, that was funny, inaccessible voice still talking. I refuse to accept this. I believe that man will not merely endure, he will prevail. He is immortal, not because of he alone among creatures has an inaccessible voice, but because he has a soul, a spirit capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance. The poet's, the writer's duty is to write about these things It is his privilege to help endure by lifting his heart, by reminding him of the courage and honor and hope, pride, compassion, pity, sacrifice which have been glory of the past. The poet's voice need not merely to be a record of man. It can be with one of the props and pillars help him endure and prevail. William Faulkner, December 10, 1950. Thank you so much for subscribing this. We are keep on collecting all these things for posting many other classes. For that I will given a description link for here below. The very earlier videos already those links were posted in the description box. Thank you so much for subscribing. Share as many you can. Thank you.